Hi, today we'll be talking about the drug design and their optimization techniques into the binding site, or you can say the target site. So I'll take you little back whatever we have discussed before in terms of that identifying the targets, validation of the targets, and identifying the lead molecules. So there are plenty approaches are there which we have studied about that computer-aided drug designs, structure-based drug design, ligand-based drug designs, and we have seen that approaches which has been used in different methods, in different techniques. Even later stage, we have discussed about that QSR modelings, ab initio approaches, docking approaches, high throughput screening approaches to identify the lead molecules, identify the target molecules, and even we have used other approaches like system biology approaches, genomics, proteomics approaches to identify the drug targets, identify the lead compounds. So here we'll be talking, once we identify the lead compounds or any molecules which have the drug likeness properties, means have the ability to become a drugs. So how to optimize those drugs, how to optimize those lead compounds, even we have identified through different techniques. So as we know that different molecules have different binding mechanism, interaction mechanism, and actually atoms of molecule which is binding with other atoms of molecules in different means. Some are binding through the hydrogen bonded interactions, some are binding with ionic interactions, some are sharing their electrons in terms of the covalent bondings, some have the dipole interactions, some have the positive charge interactions, and some atoms are highly electrophiles, some atoms are highly nucleophiles, some atoms are highly acceptors, and some atoms are highly donors. So due to this type of effects, atoms showing their different kinds of behaviors in terms of the interactions to that or receptor site or interaction site or target site, which you can say. So here I am going to show you that some example of that. Once we find the lead molecules, how to optimize those interactions once we find that suitable interactions into the target sites. So before coming to that, we have to see the drug ability, drug likeness properties, as the Lipinski rules of says that drug should have less than 500 molecular weight, less than 5 log p value, less than uh, 10 hydrogen bond donors, less than 5 hydrogen bond acceptors, and number of rotatable bonds of any molecule should be less than 10. So these are the properties which every drugs must follow the Lipinski rule of fives. And a part of that, drugs also should have the good selectivity of its target and good level of activity for its target. And drug also should have the minimum side effect, and it also must show that maximum activity into that target sites. So drug also should have the acceptable pharmacokinetics properties, Drugs should be less toxic. There are plenty of properties are there for being a good drugs. So here two things we are taking into care. One thing is that their pharmacodynamics properties, where it deals that how to optimize the interactions of any drugs into the target site. Another, we are taking care about the pharmacokinetics. In that, we are taking care how to improve the drug's ability to reach its target and to have the acceptable lifetime. And I will tell you another approaches in terms of that reaction mechanism. Now most of us, and even the pharmaceutical companies and the scientists throughout the globes and researchers at the globes and many others labs, what they are taking care about that drugs should bind reversibly, not irreversibly. What is happening here in the reversible and irreversible mechanism? Drug goes to the target site and giving the effect and coming out, that is reversible binding. It doesn't stay for a long time, so it will be a less toxic, it will eliminate from our body. And irreversible reactions, in contrast, in irreversible reactions, what is happening there? The drugs is going to bind for a long time to the target sites. It's give lot of side effects. Because why? Because drug is not going to come out from the target sites. It's going to stay for a long time into the tissues and cells, which leads toward that more toxic effect and killing the tissues, even the normal cells, killing that normal cells and tissues. So here 4-5 approaches which we must take care about that. First approach is about the compounds or the drug types of molecules or the chemical compounds which have the functional group in terms of the alcohol, phenol, amino acids, esters, amides, carboxylic acids, ketones, aldehydes. These all are the groups which are interacting into the binding site by means of hydrogen bonding. So we must take care the compound which have the alcohol, phenols, amine, esters, carboxylic acid, ketones, which must have the interactions by means of hydrogen bondings, right? And second approach is that compound which have the functional group such as amine in terms of the ionized, quaternary ammonium salts and carboxylic acids can interact into the binding sites, but it will be a kind of ionic bonds. So here you can see here that here is hydrogen bond acceptors atoms. O is highly acceptor atoms, and hydrogen bond acceptor atoms, hydrogen bond donor properties H. So here is that alcohol and phenols. So it's forming the bonds between the acceptors and donor atoms. So like another example, you like methyl ethers and esters have this type of interactions, and their analogs also must have this type of interactions, okay? And maybe some changes, few minor changes will be there, and those analogs also may give the good drug likeness properties and good activities into the binding sites. So if you see that here amine groups, amine functional groups, like in terms of the primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amines, having the hydrogen bond donor and acceptors in all the cases, and have the good interaction into the binding site. So atoms of these molecules will interact with atoms of the target molecules. And already we know that if we talk about that protein have 20 amino acids, and all 20 amino acids have their structural features, have their atoms, right? So it will definitely bind with the atoms of the amino acid into the binding sites. So now if you say that third approaches which we have, that the compounds or drugs which we identify if those compounds have the functional group in terms of the alkenes and aromatic rings, and those compound only can interact into the binding site by means of van der Waals interactions. That means that is invisible interactions which cannot see, but interactions will be there. And here we can say one example here is that if you say that these compounds, aromatic ring, benzene, right? Benzene compounds have the good interactions than the cyclohexane, right? And then the alkenes. So these compounds have the hydrophobic type of interactions like van der Waals interaction which cannot be seen, but interactions will be there. So we must take care if our compounds which we identify, we can optimize by these means by showing this type of properties and even analyze these properties. So fourth is that alkyl substitutions in terms of their if compounds have like alkyl substituents, those compounds also can interact with the hydrophobic regions of the binding sites by means of the, of course, van der Waals interactions. So, and fifth is that interactions involving dipole moment, induced dipole moments may play a role in binding. So, dipole moments, the compounds like a compound which have that dipole atoms, which also may show that good interaction to the binding sites. But we need to take care about the dipole atoms of the target molecules or target residues. And sixth approaches which we have that regarding that reactive functional groups such as alkyl halides may lead to the irreversible covalent bonds being formed between the lead compounds and its targets. So you say that here you can say alkylations of macromolecule alkyl halides are there, nucleophile electronic rich atoms are there, right? And due to this alkylations, right, it's binding to the target site by means of hydrogen bondings, right? And halides are going out. So these type of interactions, if we understand that, so definitely we can optimize the drug activities which we have identified by different means, different resources which we have discussed through from the beginning itself, like what are the approaches are there, cheminformatics approaches and computer aided drug design approaches, like ligand based drug design approaches, structure based drug design approaches, QSR approaches, pharmacophore approaches, pharmacophore modelings, and even the molecular modelings approaches are there to identify the drugs or lead molecules. After all, we all approaches, once we find that molecules, and even we can optimize. Now I'll give you one molecule to analyze their interactions. Like here you have to write what are the possible interactions are there in this compound which may maximize the interactions and which may leads towards that good compounds for any targets, for any disease, and for any enzymes which leads to that disease, which causes that disease. Thank you so much. Now if you have any questions you may ask. Thank you.